Hi everyone, it's Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher. And here we are with episode 31 of my Question of the Day series. Today's a really good question and one that I think you'll enjoy listening to. So, what is it? Let's have a look. The question is, what is the best process to remember vocabulary? I'm sure this is a question that most of you have asked at some stage because when you're learning any language, not just English, remembering mountains and mountains of vocabulary can really be quite a difficult task. And sometimes it can be quite frustrating when you need to learn a word over and over and over again because you keep forgetting it. So I'm here today to give you a few practical tips to help you with this process so that you do remember vocabulary more easily and, more importantly, so that you remember new words for the long term. Sounds perfect. Let's begin. The first tip that I have for you is record it. What do I mean by that? You need to write it down, okay? One really effective technique that I encourage all of my students to use is actually to start a vocabulary book. I call it a personal dictionary because I think that makes it sound really nice and it has a meaning to you. You know, it's personal, it's your own dictionary that you create. So, your own personal dictionary is a place where you can record new vocabulary as you meet it. So whenever you come across a new word and you think, I like this word, I want to use this word, I want to remember this word, well, you're going to record it in your personal dictionary. But it's really important to remember, don't only write the word, okay? I need you to write the meaning of the word, the definition of the word, as well as an example sentence where you are using that word. You can even write the pronunciation of the word if that helps you, you know, anything to help you remember the word, the meaning, how to use it, and maybe even how to pronounce it. So, your personal dictionary. I always encourage my students to not simply copy the definition from a dictionary, but to carefully think about the meaning of the word and to try and write it in your own words. Can you do that? Write it in your own words, not in your own language. Write it in English, but don't copy the exact words from the dictionary. You know, stop, think about it and what it means, and try to simplify it using your own words that you choose in English. This step really means that you are thinking in English. And this step alone is so powerful in helping you remember the word. So, what is the tip? It is record new words. Write them in your personal dictionary, and you're one step closer to remembering them for the long term. Next, don't translate it. If you are going to learn a new word, then please, please, please don't translate it. This goes without saying, okay? But the minute you translate a new word from English into your own language, You are actually thinking in your mother tongue. You are not thinking in English. So the new word is completely forgotten. It's quickly forgotten. It goes in one ear and out the other ear. So we can't do that. Why make the effort to learn a new word if you're going to erase all of the hard work and replace it with the word in your language? It's not worth it. So make a real effort to think in English. And if you do that, well, the word is almost your own already just by doing that. And it is almost in your vocabulary bank for the long term. So don't translate, okay? Think in English for that entire process, and you've already done most of the work to get you to the finish line of having that word in your long term memory um, straight away. Next, number three, use it. I think that's pretty clear. In order to remember vocabulary for the long term, you have to use it. It is essential that you use it. Don't just copy it into your vocabulary book, but make a real effort to actually use the word, use the expression. You can write sentences using the new word or the new expression. You can use it when you speak. You can even write it on your hand to remind yourself throughout the day to use it and really to force yourself to use it throughout the day. That's a good idea. If you do this, it really results in long term memory. Okay, the word will move to your long term memory, and the result will also be the ability to use this word naturally and automatically without thinking too much about it. So that's really, really important. Use the word. So important. Next. The last one, I think it's pretty clear. You've been learning English for a while. You know this. You need to revise it. Okay? The best way to remember vocabulary is truly to revise it. It takes being exposed to new vocabulary 7 times in order to make it your own. What does that mean? Well, it means that you need to see it, hear it, read it, write it, and say it at least 7 times for your vocabulary, for your new vocabulary to become part of your long term vocabulary bank, for it to become your own, for you to be able to use it correctly and confidently. So revision is the key. Okay. So there we go. Record it. Don't translate it, use it and revise it. Having said that, let's revise it together. Here are the key points that I would like you to remember from today's episode. So, number one, make sure that you record all of the new words that you come across and you want to learn. Write them in a personal dictionary, and don't just obviously write the word, but write the meaning and write an example sentence using that word as well. Number two, never, 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 never translate new words into your own language. Because the minute you translate them, you've lost the English word. It's gone. You have lost the chance to learn it and remember it. You will always associate that word with your language, and we don't want that. Number 3, when you learn a new word, use it immediately. It's clear that you need to use new words in order to really know them, remember them, understand them. You want them to become your own. You want them to become part of your long-term memory bank or vocabulary bank. So use them. That's the only way to do that. And number 4, obviously, revision is the key. So revise these new words as often as possible. Yeah, at least 7 times. There you go. A quick bonus tip from me. Simply remembering vocabulary is not enough, okay? So don't rote learn lists and lists and lists of vocabulary because that won't help. You need to be able to use new words, produce new words, and recognize new words. If you want this vocabulary, these new words to truly become your own, that's what you need to do. You need to use them, produce them, recognize them as often as possible. And that's when the words become your own. How exciting. If you enjoyed today's session, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up, write me a comment in the comments section, or contact me directly and let me know. You can also contact me and let me know of any topics or questions that you would like me to cover in a future episode. I'd be more than happy to help you. And as you know, I am here to help. So please get in touch because the next episode might be your episode. If you really enjoyed today, of course, continue learning with me. Join my learning community. I have a huge group of language learners, a huge community of English language learners in on the socials. So on my Facebook page, in my Facebook group, and on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you're part of that as well. Everyone is really supportive of each other. It's highly interactive, and I have dozens of posts and lessons that I share every single day. I also have my website and my blog, which I'm sure you will enjoy. And coming soon are some new online courses and my learning library. Very exciting. So thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you enjoyed this topic and the tips that I shared. If you found it helpful, share the love. Share this video with family, with friends, with colleagues, with anyone you think would benefit from it. Thank you so much in advance. Do come back tomorrow for episode 32 because it's a really good one. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful